Hello to my Aries. All right, Aries, let's see what kind of week we're going to have coming up for you. Let's get it. All right, so confidence level is building for everybody. Confidence level. So, what are you going to create? That's right. So, what are you confident in creating? So, when your confidence level builds and those creative juices start flowing, you can think about what you want to create. What do you want to create for yourself? And those memories, childhood memories, come back to past. Did you like to sew? Did you like to bake? Did you like to cook? Did you like to garden? All of these creative, you all are a very creative sign. So, somebody may be returning back to that, something that's nostalgic, to them, like in terms of creativity. So, talking about living a softer life. So, let's get into your reading. So there's always an option. What are you going to create? Something dark or something light? What are you going to use your time to do to create? What are you going to create? All right, let's get into it. All right, let's go. Already prayed over your cards. Stop repeating shadow behavior. Turn the page. You healed. So yeah, if you healed something, stop repeating shadow behavior. Stop repeating. If you already healed from something, close out the cycle. Close out the cycle. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We try to keep the vibrations as high as possible, but I know there's people who are new to the channel, and so I know that there's other channels that may be going back over some things that you may have gone through, and sometimes that sounds salacious. Oh, this person is going through this, they're going through that. Remember, time is relative, right? So at any point in time, you can say, let me close out a cycle. Let me choose to vibrate high. Let me choose to vibrate high. That means I don't have to take certain phone calls from people, text messages, whatever. I'm using my time to create something. I'm trying to create something for myself. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Your sign rose first house. Yep, rising above the judgment. Rising above who you feel like is judging you based on whatever. Who knows? Whoever you think is judging you. They can judge you, your kids, who you dated in the past. They can judge. You could have the tile coming off the top of your house, the roof of your house. They would judge that, but they won't give you a dime to help you fix it. But they'll judge it, right? So it's just saying to you, close out the cycle in love and move on. People can judge you about the shoes that you're wearing. Your makeup is not matching up. You didn't dress right or whatever. So rise above it. Learn how to rise above it. Close out cycles in love. Something has caused a significant drop in your money, yours and somebody else's money. Talking to you wherever Aries is in your birth chart. So stop repeating shadow behavior. Turn the page. Somebody is not going back to fire. Connects us with creating friction, where it creates this explosive fire, just being reactive, just losing it, just blacking out and just blow torching the whole place down. You know what I'm saying? Like who's doing all of that? Rise above judgment. Here we have the World card. And again, I'm talking to you wherever Aries is in your birth chart, not just your sun sign, okay? Not just your sun sign. So if you feel like two energies have caused a significant dip in your value, your self-worth, or your value, or your wallet, or bank account, or whatever the case may be, money is a form of energy. It is energy. It does not, if your clothes and shoes and house and all that stuff define your worth, so it's just saying somebody is not going back to something that just doesn't produce a whole lot of results. The confusion, it produces a whole lot of result, whatever. You're learning how to balance some things out, because what you realize is something. Two energies were your enemies. You didn't even realize it was two energies, two karmics, who were all about money. That's all you. Somebody may have mistaken. Somebody may have mistaken when I hear the term gold digger, you know, I don't even know why people still associate gold digger with just women, right? It could be a man or woman, don't matter. It could be your best friend who is all about money. I've heard men say this like on podcasts. You know, they thought that was their friend from, you know, elementary school practically. But their friend could have been all about money. That was it. That's all they cared about. As a matter of fact, your friendship showed little value when it came to money. They wouldn't had no problem devaluing you, talking about you behind your back. So source is saying somebody is getting away from this, taking so long to figure it out. Like, you're learning how to close out cycles sooner. You realize two energies saw you as the enemy. Two energies that was exposed. This right here. So we have marriage, relationships, partnerships, business contracts, inner desires, and enemies, right? But the enemy within was someone's relationship with their worth and their value tied to how much money they had, both in their personal and their professional life. But what you saw was there was two energies who really put, somebody has two, it was two earth signs. That's what this right here, this earth would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Two earth signs was like, basically they showed you that's literally all about the money. And that's obviously, that's not all of our earth signs, but as it relates to this reading, right? So yeah, two energies was like, they basically, like, it's not personal for them. It was just, they were getting paid to do something, to devalue somebody. Yeah, so it's just saying there's a somebody having to do with, you know, something about harmony, something about, I'm saying a music note here, something could be around music or harmony or something like that. Somebody feeling like it was a safe environment or something. Yeah, somebody was devalued. Somebody was like, some kind of rumor or lie was told on to people to really, really bring their worth and value down significantly to increase other people's worth and value. But whoever was involved with your enemies. Is your enemies. So that's what source is saying. When relationships are over, friendships, jobs, whatever, y'all know what a relationship is. It's not always romantic. Business. Like I said, this rules 7th house. 7th house is about marriage. So any kind of relationships like marriage, any kind of relationships, partnerships, business contracts, inner desires. When something is over, don't be your own worst enemy, is what source is trying to tell you. Stop repeating shadow behavior. Turn the page. Turn the page. Because these two right here are family. Okay, so yeah, these two are right here are family members, whether they blood relative family members or, you know, church family or whoever family. Y'all work together, family, you know what I'm saying? Like whoever you consider, whatever your definition of family is, right? Yeah. Something did not produce the result somebody thought it was going to produce. And it exposed who your enemy is. But the first enemy is the enemy within. Something about somebody's money was defining them both in their personal and their professional life. Until you come up against some energies who, for them, they really don't care about anything except money. Some people, I mean, for real, they... So, yeah, get on top of the wheel. You're on top of something. Yeah, but you're on top of something. You're on top of something. That's what I'm talking about, like that prayer warrior comes out. It's like you got your energy, you're on top of something. Some energies are showing that they're your enemies. Some energies are showing that they're your enemies. So, yeah. So, something about your intuition. You had some idea of who was behind something, and as soon as something ended, that's when you realize, oh, okay. That's when your light came on in your brain, for real. That's when something, that's why in my readings I always say, slow down, balance it out. Slow down and balance something out. As soon as something ended, right? That's when you were like, wait a minute. Here's the Seven of Wands. So somebody is learning how to go into prayer and meditation. After you pray, sit down somewhere and meditate, replay, conversations over in your mind. So to say, you have enough information now to know, like who your, two enemies are. Somebody knows exactly who their two enemies are. Somebody's like, yeah. So for them, they know their worth and their value. They're like, but something was exposed, like who was really all about money. You were talking to somebody about two other people being all about money, but and when people move on and close out their lives and they move on with their lives, trust me, they're not all about money. They learn how to create their own lives, harmonious, peaceful lives. People who are closing out cycles in love are saying, hey, even if they never talk to you ever again in life, that's what Source is trying to tell somebody. When you learn how to close out cycles and rise above the judgment, everything on planet Earth is still connected. Energy never dies. So you can choose to take good memories with you. It's not always negative memories that people take with them. So that's what Source is saying. As your confidence level is increasing about something, so it's saying, learn how to get some rest. Learn how to get some rest. Get some rest. Somebody was sacrificed. Oh, because somebody was confused. They, just a bunch of chaos going on, and somebody was just totally confused about what was going on while somebody was being sacrificed. But somebody's leaving behind a lot of distractions. From now on, somebody is leaving behind the foolery of all of these distractions. Like I said, Source is exposing who people are running with, what pack people are running with, who they really running with. If you're around people who are all about money and they ruthless, Source is going to expose it. I don't care how long you've been knowing them, if you blood relatives or not, Source is exposing it. Source is exposing it. So for you, you can feel like, okay, now you're depressed, your back is against the wall because you didn't slow down and listen and pay attention to what was these two energies were doing, and I can't believe I didn't see it, and something kept telling me the something is Source. The something is Source. Hold your vision. The something is the inner voice, that is Source. All of this activity going on, everybody confused, running around, doing this and that, family gatherings, all this. That's how the enemy comes in, is when there's all this going on and people are not taking the time. They're too tired to even pay attention. They're not getting their rest. They're not sitting down, carving out time for themselves. They're not enforcing boundaries. So you can't judge people. Well, you can if you want to, but it would not be wise to judge people who leave behind a lot of distractions and they just move on. They close out cycles and move on with their lives quietly so that they can finally heal from maybe years of whatever. Who knows what? People heal however they need to heal. And people are like, oh, they don't come around the family anymore. No, but yeah, we don't talk to them either. Or just drama. So Source is saying you are looking for fairies. Looking for fairies. That's the source is trying to tell you to look for fairies. So that's what this card says here. So you're looking for fairies. So all right. Yeah, so let people close out cycles however they need to close out. Let, enforce boundaries. And if you need to close out cycles in terms of creativity, because somebody is learning how to balance things out. Source is balancing your life out, like based on fact that you now know your worth and your value as it relates to family, and other people are trying to find their worth and their value. They're trying to find out what pack they're running with. Like they're trying to find out what frequency they're going to land on. So when people jump to conclusions and jump on a bandwagon, like, Yep. So that is what I have for you. Sending good positive energy to you this week. Like I said, leave all the distractions behind. When you start hearing things to you that sounds like it don't make sense, something is unclear, you're confused about something. If the person is, if somebody got somebody's number, pick up the phone, call. Like, if it's somebody that you talk to, or you feel like y'all didn't leave on a bad note or something, like maybe y'all if you don't remember somebody leaving on a bad note, or you didn't leave a situation on a bad note, and you feel like, okay, let me see if I still got that person's number, because last time I remember everything was fine. Like maybe I misunderstood something. If it was fine last time you remember, why would somebody let everybody convince them otherwise? So it's just saying, yeah, something exposed some energies who just looked at you as, oh, that's what they looked at you as. It's like, okay, a payday. That's all they saw was a big payday for them. So that is what I'm seeing for you. Again, stop repeating shadow behavior. Turn the page. If you heal, then heal. Move on. Close out cycles and get away from the circus. All right. Bye.